Well, this next fight is all thanks to our sponsors, Punch Equipment, and the man standing in our blue corner weighed in at 64.7 kilos. He trains under Nathan O'Connor and fights out of Rhino MMA in Yeppoon. Please welcome Deegon Mcgurren. In our red corner, he weighed in at 65.2 kilos, 2 fights and 1 victory. Training under Ryan Dunstan at Ignite MMA on the Sunshine Coast, Taj Fewquandie.
Well, back to the men. The fantastic ladies fight in the last one, and the boys just agreeing that they're going to touch hands when they come out, and this looks like it's going to be a couple of good young athletes here.
Yeah, a couple of brash youngsters.
They showed the attitude walking out, didn't they? They're beginning to stare down.
Absolutely. This isn't going to be a pillow fight. Kicks early.
Watch it. Oh.
This is going to be a scrap.
He's coming at Superman punches and high kicks, and
as we often do in a lot of these crazy fights, we find ourselves on the cage because there's only so far you can back up when somebody comes flying at you like that. Oh, sharp knees.
That was a good knee. That
nasty knees.
Felt that hurt.
Trading 1 for 1.
Oh.
Taj has got to watch how low his head's getting here with these knees flying around.
Yeah, look at that forehead just buried into his into the side of his head there. That's a beautiful head control we're talking about in the previous fight that Young was lacking.
That's it. Trying to seek that point of the jaw on the side with the forehead.
Oh.
Always going to control.
Oh, great body kick.
Something we do not like seeing is when someone strikes off the cage. You want to get away from the cage. Being up against the cage means that your feet are square, your hips are square, all your power's gone, your defense is out the window. Much better from Taj here. I would like to see him setting up those kicks though. Or just absolutely swing and run forward. Taj has turned to turn it on. A deep underhook and a slam.
Beautiful. He's to calm it down now. He's got a good position.
It's like he's gone Hulk on him.
Yeah.
He's woken the sleeping giant. He was
exactly. I think it was night and day from a minute ago. He was throwing with his head down a lot before. I just thought like maybe the pressure got to him. He's turned it around completely.
Yeah, I thought a couple of those strikes might have turned his plums into prunes, but he's just come absolutely swinging off the fence. The first round, you'd absolutely have to give it to a Deegon Mcgurren, and then Taj has just flipped it like a coin.
Now he's
got to be careful with how hard he throws those punches there, because they're not quite landing, but he's throwing a bit of pepper into him. You don't want to gas out with punches that aren't really going to score anything for you.
Mate, you're not wrong.
Again, now moving into the half guard here. Deegon wants to get that underhook and start moving to the underhook side.
He does.
He's got it there's very shallow though, and his head's right underneath, which is he's not utilising the point of the underhook and the half guard. Possibly hoping for a ref stand up.
Oh, we might see a head arm from the bottom here. Taj not minding his P's and Q's with his having one arm in, one arm out.
We've moved to full guard with it. This is definitely close to being on, but he has released the pressure of it. Probably favouring trying to move to the back if he can. But he's about to lose that hook, that overhook.
Oh, into a late triangle.
What a beautiful transition. Oh. Wow.
Saved by the bell.
That was a beautiful little sneaky transition, that.
Mate, if that first round's anything to go by, I'll quote Oliver Twist. Please, sir, can I have some more?
Well, we've seen some amazing fights. Skill on show tonight has been nothing short of extraordinary. And I think everyone's frothing at the mouth for this second round.
Yeah, me included. Very good to see. Deegon was really active off his back there, so Taj might have to rethink his strategy about taking him down. Yeah, he got a decent slam on him, but you saw him use the underhook, not to get up, unfortunately, but he did get back to guard, and he had a few attacks from there, from an arm triangle, which is not a very high percentage move, but that triangle was money.
That triangle definitely showed he's got some skill there, definitely some skill that we didn't expect he might have had. But having a longer leg to try...
The leaders in premium photography and videography. You can check them out on facebook.com/ rectangle.
I thought Taj was going to overpower him there with the striking, and then, like we said, when it got to the ground,
Yeah, it was almost a different story again.
yeah, fascinating fight.
I've got to end up giving it back to Deegon. He won the first part of the round. He got taken down, which we saw, but then he's very active guard. I've got to give him some points for that.
He's moving back into control with his guard again, coming up around the side. But again, unfortunately, Taj has got that underhook there.
He mustn't be able to hear us. I told him not to get back down here.
Well, we're meant to be impartial here.
But I don't think he cares because he's doing a bloody good job. Don't listen to me, youngster.
Taj looking to control that hand with his knee. See, he's placed his shin over his hand. They're blocking any of the defences that Deegon's got.
Oh, man. He's teeing off here, quite literally.
He's got his head tucked in quite nicely. They're not a lot of leverage in those shots.
How badly does Deegon on the bottom need to get that trapped arm out?
Now there
And he's managed to do it.
Unfortunately, he's moved into a knee right position. That's not good for Deegon at the moment.
He's got the knee putting all that pressure, all the weight of Taj's body into him, and then he's got the fence on the other side. He can't catch a break.
No, he's caught in between a rock and a hard place, or a knee and a cage.
And in the middle is a fist to the old noggin. Take your pick.
Again, trapping that leg. Oh!
We do see that a lot sometimes in a lot of these MMA fights. They are grueling, but the hip escape is most definitely two movements. We see a lot of the big buck and we don't see a lot of the follow-up.
Yes.
It's unfortunate because a lot of energy goes into that first buck, and then until we try to follow with the second, it's definitely not there, especially when the cage is blocking the hip on the other side. That's to be another strategy to be utilised here.
Taj looking at the referee, just pleading with him, stop this madness. How much can he take?
Now there's a...
And we have our answer. It wasn't much more. I think it's safe to say that Taj was pretty chuffed with that win.
Yeah, well, celebrating his style. It's impressive because it was a good comeback. He was in a bit of trouble there in that first round. He was up against the cage and kicks were flying at him and uppercuts, and he looked like he was being overwhelmed. And then, like we said, it was like the incredible Hulk came out of him and changed him. I mean, made him realise what he could do. And here we go. As we see the highlights, this is when he was really looking on shaky ground. And then it just all turned around. He gained his confidence from being on the floor, and then
Beautiful return there.
might have been that was it where he charged him, and then that's where the fight turned. From then on, he took over.
Absolutely. It was almost like Deegon didn't...
Two fights.
Yeah, it was two completely separate fights. When Taj really started coming forward, it was like Deegon didn't
We
like
check the
taking a back
time at 2 minutes even, gone of round number 2. Our referee has stopped the fight. Your winner by TKO in the red corner, Taj Fewquandie.